before you leave.
Are we ready? All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, or the pledge of allegiance. Roll call, it's on the paper.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we can do it. All right, Stacy.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Ms. Cook? Here. Ms. Falcone? Here. Mr. Haney?
Here.
Ms. Hassler?
Here.
Mr. Polinsky?
Here.
Mr. Stout?
Here.
Mrs. Stout? Here. All are present.
All right, so at this time, the way it looks, we'll take nominations for the council president.
I nominate Ethan Polinsky.
I second that.
Okay, nominations don't require a second.
Are there any other nominations? President?
I nominate Kathy.
Any other ones?
I nominate Carol.
That it?
I nominate Dan.
Would that be any more? So then do we go on a vote on the roll call?
What we'll do is we'll start with the first individual nominated, Mr. Polinsky. Take a vote. If he gets the majority, he becomes council president. If not, go on to Ms. Hassler, and then subsequent next. So start with a roll call vote on the nomination of Ethan Polinsky.
Ms. Cook?
No.
Ms. Falcone?
No.
Mr. Haney?
Can I abstain because I don't know what's going on?
No, you have to
No.
vote.
I'll say yes.
Ms. Hassler?
Yes.
Mr. Polinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Stout?
Yes.
Mrs. Stout?
Yes.
It's fine.
5-2.
Okay, and then the next will be the nomination election for vice president of council, and then after that, Mr. Polinsky will take over as chair.
I nominate Elaine Falcone.
I nominate Eric.
Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Michelle.
Any more? Do another roll call vote.
Okay, I'll start with Ms. Falcone, roll call.
Okay, Ms. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Falcone?
I'm gonna abstain from voting for myself.
You are allowed to vote for yourself.
You still want to abstain?
I'm gonna abstain from voting for myself.
Mr. Haney?
Yes.
Ms. Hassler?
No.
Mr. Polinsky?
No.
Mr. Stout?
No.
Mrs. Stout?
No. Okay.
Next person
That
is
motion failed. The next person is Mr. Stout.
Ms. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Falcone?
Yes.
Mr. Haney?
Yes.
Ms. Hassler?
Yes.
Mr. Polinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Stout?
Yes.
Mrs. Stout?
Yes.
Unanimous.
At this point,
All right.
Mr. Polinsky will take the chair.
What's that? Oh, missing.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Did good.
Good job, Ty.
I felt the pressure.
Getting into a curveball.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, what was it?
Reorganization of committee assignments. How does everybody feel that's been going? You feel like we're all, I mean, we gotta make a couple choices here in general. Kathy, how would you feel about finance? I know you did that for the school. Okay. Ben, do you think there's anywhere you feel like you have, skills that would be particular use, or?
Anything with facilities,
Okay.
or, the town itself.
Okay. So one of the thoughts I had was Parks and Rec, that's really basically been the special events and then softball and baseball, right? There really isn't much else that goes on with Parks and Rec.
And anything that would deal with the park itself, but.
Right.
you
Like the
guys take-
T-ball and-
Right.
My thought was, and how do you guys feel about this, that Parks and Rec could essentially be dissolved. Special events can go under community relations. We would then have, instead of having streets and properties, have streets and properties, or
I like that a lot.
yeah. Because I think that the street projects are big enough in themselves to have somebody overseeing them, and then properties can, anything that goes on in the park. Baseball, softball, I know you're very comfortable working that aspect of it, so.
They actually kind of do themselves.
Okay.
Softball more deals with the borough because of them.
Right, yeah, because the baseball plays on other fields. Does anybody else have thoughts on that concept?
Usually, if there's anything broken in the park too, I always let Stacy know, anything that I would see broken, an issue,
Yeah, I think those things that we all kind of notice things, and
Yeah,
that
we
doesn't
just
really have to do
kinda-
with what you're in charge of.
We
It's
just all kind of take care of that.
What I like though, Ethan, is to keep being in charge of it with the ball field, since I kind of started that.
Okay. Well, like I said, I think that's part of the property itself, you know what I mean? And I think, Dan, if you feel comfortable with street stuff, then, it's largely planning with the guys what we're gonna do, because we've been limited outside of, projects that we have a grant for, which is mostly engineers telling us what's gonna happen. The stuff that we're doing in-house is working with the guys themselves and planning out what is it we're gonna do with the paver and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Alright.
Ethan and Eric can both give you some guidance in that too.
I gave Eric a
I've
bunch of
had
stuff
one,
that he put back in my box.
well, there's some stuff in his folder you give him, like that thing you did with all the labeling, all the alleys and,
Yeah.
the ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
Eric has it, you can give that to him.
Alright, so then, I guess the only change in the committees then would be Kathy's gonna take over finance, and then we'll dissolve Parks and Rec, and Eric will stay properties, and Dan will take streets, and if everybody else is still comfortable with what their committee is and holding that seat, I don't think we need to change much more about that. And then, Joan, is there any way to make these like a shorter process than each individual
Yes.
one?
Yeah, I think you can just, you don't have to read each resolution, I would just go down the list and ask for one motion for all the resolutions.
Okay. And just to be clear, Dan, I know this is your first time, this is all, we're reappointing the engineer, we're reappointing, unless someone wants to bring up a change in any of those spaces, we're establishing, it's all just, it comes up, we go, yes, so.
So I just read them and just do them, read these off and do them in one motion down to resolution 14.
Okay. So then, are we looking for a motion to approve resolution 1 of 2024 to appoint the borough engineer?
I would say Barry Izett instead.
Oh, Barry Izett as the
Yeah.
borough engineer. Resolution 2, 2024 to appoint Kozloff and Stout as the borough solicitor. Resolution 3, 2024 to appoint, you're gonna have to help me with the name on the auditor.
Zelenkowski Axelrod LLC.
That's the one for auditor. Resolution 4, 2024 to establish a fee schedule for 2024. Resolution 5, 2024, property maintenance code fees for 2024. Resolution 6, 2024, designating bank depositories, authorizing the president, vice president, borough manager, and treasurer to co-sign checks drawn on borough funds. Resolution 7, 2024, appoint Borough Pension Administration Officer, which is Stacy. Resolution 8, 2024, to appoint the Borough Treasurer, which is Trinda, correct? Resolution 9, 2024, to appoint Stacy as the Borough Manager. Resolution 10, 2024, to appoint Borough Zoning Officer, which is
Barry
Isaac. Okay. There's just a lot of these. Resolution 11, 2024, to appoint
Tax Collection Committee.
Tax Collection Committee delegates. Do we have, who is?
So it's Nicole Delagaricchio is the alternate, and Rosemary Lamastra is the primary.
Okay. What are we at?
The bottom page, the
Gotcha.
bottom of the page.
Gotcha.
Is that one?
Okay. Oh, they're here too, I got you. Resolution 12, 2024, to appoint Borough Secretary, Recycling Coordinator, and Open Records Officer. Again, that's Trinda.
Nope.
No?
Stacy,
That's you? Okay.
Stacy, and I guess Trinda is the assistant for open records.
Resolution 13, 2024, to reimburse employee mileage based on the IRS Business Standard Mileage Rate. And Resolution 14, 2024, to reappoint Stuart Chalmers and Michael Garl to the Zoning Hearing Board. And then these are separate, right?
Right, those are, those
Okay.
have to be addressed separately.
All right, so we're looking for that motion.
I'll make that motion, the one you said.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So then Topton Borough Preservation Board, appoint borough representative. Carly, you still want to?
Sure.
Okay.
Unless anybody else wants that.
Does that need the motion?
Yes.
Okay,
Just a motion, not a resolution.
so we'll be looking for a motion to reappoint Carol as the Topton Preservation Board representative.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Any opposed? Topton Community Ambulance Board, Monica has offered to stay on in that capacity, so we'll be looking for a motion to appoint her as the ambulance board designee.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Borough of Topton Municipal Authority and Planning Commission, reappointments. Is that other than?
That's all then?
Sorry about this, guys. Reappoint Lynn Sprinkle to the Borough of Topton Municipal Authority to a term ending on 1/1/2029, and Bruce Metzler to a term ending on 1/1/2028.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we're moving to reappoint Bruce Metzler also to the Planning Commission with a term ending on 1/1/2027, and Julie Plummer to a term ending on 1/1/2028.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Appointment of Vacancy Board Chair. We will be reappointing Mary Ellen Monahan as the Chair of the Vacancy Board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Appointment of Quality of Life Appeals Officer. Mary Ellen Monahan has also stepped up to take on as the acting Quality of Life Appeals Officer.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's it for tonight, folks.
You're about to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Well, I'm looking forward to working with you this year, but I've got to get the tech.
Oh, sure. Yes, and I echo what Michelle said earlier.
Shower cap.
Oh, good.
So fast. Did you second?
It's funny because I'm not a huge science person myself, you know, like a little bit here, a little bit there.
So many over
But
there.
my daughter, the youngest one.
Yeah, my secretary, sister.
Thank you.
The candy store, all the zips right.